big week for the Seahawks. It was pretty stunning to see last week. Early in the week, you had Ryan Grubb introducing himself to the the Crimson Elephant Club he said, "I am the offensive coordinator."
Yeah, we talked about it
for your Alabama Crimson Tide. And they were like, "Woo!
Roll Tide!"
By late Friday night, there were pictures of it. There's a bar named Dino's near the VMAC, the practice facility, up in Seattle, and there were pictures circulating of Mike McDonald, Ryan Grubb,
and a Seahawks
John Schneider, all having beers at this place. And they're like,
that's so awesome.
It is awesome. Just having beers, talking ball, just having beers and talking ball. And by Saturday, Ryan Grubb was the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks.
Interesting. So the man flew back from Alabama to Seattle. Nobody got the tail number on that one, huh?
No, nobody was tracking that one. But they now have their offensive coordinator. Things do look set, and they have a direction, and now you have the 16th overall pick.
And they went very young across the board with that entire staff, which was something we wondered they were going to do.
In a 6-year contract for Mike McDonald, they're going to give him a runway where he's going to be able to go through his peaks and valleys as a young head coach, and that leads
some stuff.
Everybody to kind of, when you hire Ryan Grubb, when you have a young staff and a new direction moving forward, does this all signal that the Seahawks are going to go quarterback
Michael Penix
in the draft at 16? And will Michael Penix Jr. be there for them to draft? Complicating this is Friday's a big day for the Seahawks. On Friday, they either need to release or fully guarantee $12.7 million for Geno Smith. So you hire your offensive coordinator this weekend.
And you have a week to go, Geno or no?
Geno or no Geno? And that's a big question for the Seahawks because new scheme, Geno did very well.
Yes.
And I think that he does not get enough credit for keeping the Seahawks relevant. Remember, they were supposed to be one of the worst teams in the NFL 2 years ago. And he took them to the playoffs. Playoffs?
And there's a little bit of a regression this year with some injuries and just stuff in general.
That happens. But Geno Smith kept them relevant.
Shane Waldron.
The JSN
Chicago.
The JSN clip was bad.
Wasn't that great?
Wasn't great, Bob.
Are we live?
Are we live?
We're live?
Also, shout out the host for saying, "Nah, we're not live. You can say whatever you want." Yeah.
Say whatever you want. We're recording though. But you have his contract gets fully guaranteed on Friday. Geno's does, and then if he's on the roster on March 18th, he gets a $9.6 million roster bonus. But if he's released before Friday, you have a $17 million cap hit. If you do the math on that, you're either going to be paying Geno Smith $22 million if you keep him through March 18th. The draft is at the end of April. Or you're going to be signaling we're going to go young at quarterback. What do you do if you're Seattle in this situation right now?
There's two different trees you can go down because staying with Geno probably gives you a better chance to get off to better footing. Even though he's not a great quarterback, he's reliable, and you know what you have in him. Having a known quantity at quarterback is a viable option because it allows you to get your footing, even if he's not your guy going forward. Because if you reset and you go young, there's no guarantee that guy is even as good as Geno Smith. Which, in reality, unless you're a can't-miss guy, I would say that most quarterbacks drafted, the staggering majority of them, are not as good as Geno Smith. Has been the last 2 years.
I think what the Seahawks do on Friday is they do pick up Geno Smith's. They keep him on the roster. They pick up the 12.7.
And go get a young quarterback.
You go and you get, whether it's Penix at 16 or whatever you do. Because the cold reality of Michael Penix Jr. is he has had 4 season-ending injuries.
Yep. And that's the reason why his draft stock is anywhere from top 12 to the 3rd round to literally out of the draft.
And if you look at where he didn't get touched. We don't talk about this enough, how good that damn offensive line was.
Best O-line in the country for the award.
They won the damn award. They had one of the best tackles in Fautanu. Mm-hmm. They have Rosengartner, the rookie of the year. Mm-hmm. Rosengarten, who also He's going to the combine.
Indeed.
Your offensive line won the Joe Moore Award for being the best O-line in the nation.
Your
last
offensive
year.
line coach is superb.
He was upright and he had weapons galore.
The ball came out quick.
He wasn't getting touched up all that much. And even this year, we saw he got hurt this year. He was able to play through it. With all of those things taken into consideration, I don't think it's that slam dunk that, hey, they're going to just move on from Geno and roll forward. I think you got to kind of see what you have in Michael Penix if that's going to be the guy you draft at 16. They've got other holes they got to fill too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've got some big question marks that they need to fill. And your offensive line, it ain't winning any awards in Seattle.
No,
Is
got
it
two
bad?
good tackles, but
No, they got hurt this year.
They got banged up, and the interior of our offensive line definitely needs some help.
You just got to find some. Maybe it's Drew Lock. You roll Drew Lock and you say just throw the ball to DK.
Well, I think that there's an opportunity for Seattle to draft one of those positions of need, whether it's an edge guy and go, hopefully the Florida State kid falls to you, or you could go take a run depending on how his doctor stuff works with Latu out of UCLA. And you can take that quarterback in the second round, because I think there's a good chance that Penix and Bo Nix, they're still around later on, because
You can get them in the second or third.
Right. Everyone seems to be beating the J.J. McCarthy drum. Well, J.J. McCarthy and Bo Nix, it's a similar style of play. I would go with Nix. Could that be biased from watching all the Oregon games and not watching every single Michigan game? Yeah, totally. But I do think that there are going to be quality quarterbacks because it's such a deep class. You can get them in the second or third round, and you might not have to spend that big pick right away.
What if the Seahawks went and traded for Justin Fields?
I'd die.
Patriots are rumored to be in that mix now too.
Patriots and Steelers are the two favorites right now.
You move down. You can move down to 3. Well, Steelers are also in on Russell Wilson too, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
I think you could. No.
Where's the other conversation too with Geno Smith of, because it's such a deep draft class, and because there are going to be multiple quarterbacks that could possibly be on the move. I mean, even Kirk Cousins could be on the move. Maybe you don't pick him up on Friday and you try and sign him back for less later, because there are going to be less and less teams that are willing to take a look at Geno Smith because he doesn't have the name value or the star value of these other players, and you can get him at a discount.
You can get him at a discount, but at the same token,
it's a risk.
You tell the guy, hey, we appreciate everything you've done for us, but we don't want to pay you $12 million when Patrick Mahomes' cap number's $58 million this year.
No, 100%.
You know, it's like you're not winning a Super Bowl with Geno Smith.
No, 100%.
But $12 million is a bargain for a starting quarterback.
For sure.
In the end. Well, $21 million would be his official number, or $22 million would be his official number, because he's got that $9.6 million roster bonus coming his way March 18th. It's a prickly decision that John Schneider needs to make here come Friday.
As it pertains to Fields, within the hour, the Steelers have gone from plus 1,600 to trade for Justin Fields to minus 125.
Well, if you are
swing.
If you are Pittsburgh, you're either giving up the 20th overall pick, 25th. Is that where they're drafting?
No, I'm sorry. I got it.
Green Bay's
backwards.
at 25.
They're saying the second round pick, number 52.
Okay,
that would go to the Bears. Which
for Chicago?
God, give me a second round pick for Justin Fields. Okay.
I think that's a good deal for Pittsburgh. I think it's a good deal for Pittsburgh. If you give up a second round pick and you get your starting quarterback for him on a rookie scale deal, even if it's for a year. But even if it's for a year, you'll take it. Justin Fields is not as broken as you think he is. He's not as great as some people want. Like, people think like he could be like the next Patrick. No, he's not that, but he's not garbage. He isn't garbage. His offensive line was trash. They were dog doo-doo this year. He got beat up.
I do not want.
They had one offensive lineman who was worth a damn, and he was a rookie who was a really good run blocker. It was subpar pass blocker, and was it Donnell Wright?
Yeah.
He also has issues going through his reads.
Yeah. Look, if he
Fields?
Yes.
Yes.
If he
I
turns
think
into a dude, I'll gladly eat crow.
Going through his reads, one, we don't know his progressions, and two, when you're getting touched up as much as he is, you'd be having troubles keeping your eyes downfield too.
Right. But my issue with it is if you are Justin Fields and you're getting touched up, you should be running more, and that's not what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was turtling.
What was that? Paralysis by analysis? Was that coaching?
Correct.
Was
Fair.
it? I mean, there's a lot of
Fair
factors here, and this is the thing about you, your situation and where you are. It means so damn much to how your career sorts itself out. And if Chicago can't get it right on the offensive line, and that's why I was stunned that they kept Eberflus this year. Dweeberflus, as you call him. If you are, I was shocked because of the fact that you need, if it's Caleb Williams, you need a fresh start and new coach. If you are, Eberflus, holding on to him, you're not resetting anything.
And that's the thing with the Bears, that they didn't make a clean cut between all of this. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's all very dumb.
All dumb.